guys, it's ShishKebabber1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Today's video, guys, is about the tribals, and of course, Warships is here. But I'll be making a video right after this to touch all upon the Warships. This is about the tribes, and you can't forget about your home base, guys. The TLDR for this is, it's a mixed bag, a little bit for everybody, and these are probably also the crab tribes. Let's get into that right now. I'm saying these are the crab tribes, and I'll go one step further. I'll say I believe the crab's going to be this weekend. The reason why is it's the timer on the when the boost resets in 12 days, 20 hours. First of all, I think the crab's coming because we knew it was coming right after the launch of Warships that was postponed, and we just had Warships today, so we got to expect it's coming soon. We haven't had the crab in a while. We have to assume these are the crab tribes, and because this was a 13-day crab cycle, that means this was a 13-day tribe cycle. That means that it ends on a Sunday, which means that it's 2 weeks from now, right? So that means you won't have a crab that weekend because they would never do that. Therefore, the crab must be this weekend, all right? The tribes pretty much tell us that. I mean, it's not official, but that's what the tribes are telling me, all right? Anyway, let's jump into it. So starting at the top, we got the Ice Guard tribe with flamethrower damage. Will go up to 55%, I believe. This is where you want to dump your raw crystals like normal if you've got excess ones as an all offensive player, especially if you don't like any of the other ones and you just need to spend them. That being said, I wasn't able to boost it all the way because, like we were talking about before, crab's been a while. It's been like over 100 days since the last crab or something. Don't quote me on that, but I think that might be right. I thought I saw a bot give an answer like that the other day. But it's been a while regardless. Who's counting? Yeah. It's always good if you've got excess crystals to throw in there. Obviously, if you're an ice player, you'll do it. And, yeah, you know. The best thing, though, about this for ice players, guys, it's Frostbanner tribe with the HQ HP buff. This will go up to 50%, I believe. This is so good because it multiplies with the shield gens, right? If you're running more HQ HP, then you would also want to have shield gens because shield gens, their shield is a multiple of the HP on the HQ. Anyway, we're also in the 2-week shield gen, no shield gen cycle. So in the weapon lab, right? So the point is, it's kind of funny. It's kind of a tease. There's no shield gen this week. There's no shield gen next week, but we do have headquarters health. Maybe that helps to counteract it, and it's also really good for those players that held on to their shields, because shields will still be around, guys. At the very worst, like if you time it just right with your prototypes, you can still carry 1 shield gen through a 2-week cycle when they do this. So the leaderboard players, they'll be down to 1 shield gen. So this will be very helpful for them to help get through that time. Now, going down here to the Fire Spike tribe, this is where things start to get interesting, I guess. We got Heavy Life Leech of plus 55%. This could have some benefit on the crab because, as you guys know, Life Leech is based off the DPS that the troop does, and that's also affected by the troop damage. So crab accounts have a lot of troop damage. In fact, let's take a look at that right now. Looking at the armory, looking at the heavies, we see the heavies have a damage per second base stat of 144, and then with my 8 unboosted troop damage, I'm 1% off. We've got 175 extra damage per second, which gets us roughly to 320 damage per second, 319, whatever. And the total health is 5,000 plus. We'll go ahead and factor in the health bonus that I have with the 1 troop health of the 1761. It's a lot of numbers, guys. Gets us up to around 6,700 health. Coupled with the 320 damage per second, you're looking at roughly 20 seconds or more for them to heal themselves up all the way unboosted. Now boosted, they'll be able to heal themselves up faster, so it might be noticeable, but they will never be able to out-heal things like boom cannons and all that junk. I mean, the DPS on a cannon by itself is 1,036. And again, the heavy does 320, 319. It boosted, he'll do double that, he'll do another 175, so he'll be looking at roughly 500 damage per second on a 181. So that means he'll be able to heal himself for 500 HPS if we really want to break it down. But he'll never out-heal himself on cannons and boom cannons, but it certainly helps to mitigate splash and things like this, right? So it's going to have more benefit for guys that stack troop damage, basically. It's not going to really have any benefit for operation players, and ice players probably not so much either. Now where things start to get interesting, where things start to balance out the HQ HP, and this one's been a while, guys. Down here with the Ember Fury tribe, we've got warrior damage. This is the tribe of the warriors, perhaps. It will be for some people, because, hey, more warrior damage is always good. Especially when you don't have any shield gens on these bases, it's a great time for warriors to come out and play. And with 55% more damage, that's just more hammer-swinging fury that will be brought upon all of these HQs all over the archipelago for the next 2 weeks. But, you know, warriors don't really have a place in operations, and as you know, warriors don't really have a place in the crab. So it doesn't really do much for those groups of players, unfortunately. So that's about it. You know, you guys know what warriors are. Lifewell tribe, over here. This is our GBE tribe. We're getting smoke energy cost reduction of 50%. This is actually pretty good for every type of player. Your Ice Queens, they're going to like it because it saves them GBE when they do their smoky style attacks, smoky RZCM, HRZCM, whatever the heck it is, HZB, whatever these guys do. A lot of times they like to use smoke. This is going to be cheaper, and it really helps when you've only got 1 GBE. For a similar reason, for crab accounts, you've got very low GBE, and you do smoking quite a bit when you're trying to just rush up to the core, get behind shield gens, things like that. It's going to help. So, you know, and then of course, I think this is probably the favorite one of all the operation players because they smoke everywhere. They smoke their Zukas all over the maps, long walks, and this will help quite a bit. You'll have more GBE for shocks, and you know, maybe this means you can bring Brick to a fight where otherwise you would have to bring Bullet because you didn't have enough GBE because the walk was too long, whatever. This opens up long walks, and in some ways it also maybe opens up a few more operation bases for crab accounts because you can walk further under smoke since the smoke is cheaper, so it's nice. But another tribe that also benefits everybody as well is the Spirit Dance tribe over here. We've got gold production of plus 50%. Who doesn't want gold, especially as a max level player? It seems to be always in demand. And there's also a little bug going around right now with the Warships that I think is taking some gold away from player bases. So it's always good when you have some more production on hand to kind of counteract all the forces that might be taking gold away from your base this week. But, you know, it's basically the equivalent of a green statue, like maybe a green masterpiece. I don't even know the numbers of those because it's a green statue, guys. Just don't tell anybody. We just made an artificial green statue. But we did, and we're giving positive virtues on it, but it's gold, so who doesn't want it? It also means, you know, when you raid the bases, they'll have more gold on hand, things like that. And, you know, for the operation player, you know, again, they need gold because when they wipe, when they go breezy on their Zukas, you got to replace those, and, you know, that's what the gold's for. Also when you're hopping too, right? There's probably more money you have to go hopping. Yeah, so that basically wraps up the tribes. Funny thing is, I already shot this video once, totally lost it. This is going to be a long night for me. So let's do it again. Now, I was going to do a warrior hit for you guys. Tried a couple times, failed. The reason is because these all have shield gens everywhere. I also tried to do a couple of crazy brick, cluster grenade, HZ hits. Didn't work either. I got one successful HRZCM hit, so let's try to repeat it on this video, shall we? Although we might use the UR. I used Critter Swarm last time because there were a lot of single point defenses up in front, sniper tower, or cannons, boom cannons, that sort of thing, but we might want to use her hacking abilities, just depends. Let's see, this guy looks like he's definitely ready to go to Pound Town. We like all this GBE up front that we can collect as soon as we get through the first row of defenses. All this GBE says, come raid me. Before we do that, oh geez, he's all offense too. That's even better. We see nothing on the health and of course nothing on the damage. So this will be a cakewalk. Man, I should have used this guy in the other video. Honestly, because of that, we can get away with warriors. In fact, let's make this a warrior vid. I didn't see this earlier. Guys, it's been a long day for me. I had an 8-hour stream with OP celebrating the release of Warships and trying to figure all that out. So my mind's a bit scrambled right now. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to change up the wars. Go ahead and get that done right now. This is going to be fun. I want to do this hit for you anyway. You couldn't see much life leech when I was unboosted because they were taking a lot of hits, but the combo worked. I'll tell you what happened on the first video that you'll never see because I ran out of hard drive space and it never saved. What am I doing? All right, we're loading warriors. Anyway, yeah, where was this lovely guy? So, I guess I didn't check all their statues. Like I told you, they all had shield gens. That's not him. Was it you? Don't even remember anymore. Yes, it was. Okay, so like I said, the trick here to save on shocks, save on GBE is we want to get Bullet inside the, what do you call it, the blind spot of the shock launcher, and I think we can do that with some careful flaring. Basically, yeah, basically we can just have a rally point on the boom cannon. That'll put Bullet right behind it, and he'll basically be in the range of the shock launcher. Then when we flare the HQ, he won't move too far. He should still be in the dead zone of the shock launcher, meaning we only have to make one shock. And it's too bad we can't catch the shock launcher and the grappler, but they're too far apart in one shock. The grappler will have range on Bullet, and it will see him first unless I send distraction critters. Yeah, the grappler does make it a bit tricky. How about... I'm trying to look to see where their two dead zones overlap. Check this out. Is this cheating? Probably is. I got this lovely little tool called Screen Draw, and let's mess with it, shall we? Take a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm not sure what color we're using, but let's see. We've got the dead zone of the shock launcher there, and turn that back on. We got dead zone of the grappler right there, meaning there's a nice little spot we can try to tuck Bullet in, and he'll be within both. You see what I mean, guys? It's this area right in here. So I want to get Bullet there. Can I do that? We'll try. Because what that means is I won't have to shock the grappler or the shock launcher. Okay, let's see if that'll work. This is just for demonstration purposes. I never do this when I play. Just to let you know, I never even thought of it till now, for that matter. But I think it's just a good teaching tool, guys. So consider it for teaching purposes. Okay, so I think the same principle applies. I will just rally. This gets a little bit more. I think I'm going to actually rally on the flamethrower and then move over here. I think it's going to give Bullet a better angle, a better chance of getting in that zone. Yeah, let's just do it, guys. It's a lot of talk. Okay. So I don't really care about any junk in the way. The grappler might pull Bullet if I'm not careful. So we need to get some early smoke, because I don't really want to deal with that. Don't care if we get picked off a little bit on the way. Stagger drop. Let's go ahead and rally up there. Let's go ahead and smoke. I could do ground flares, but I'm really just trying to be cheap on GBE right now, guys. Let's go smoke, smoke, smoke. Now we'll flare Bullet over. We'll hope that he's in that spot, guys. Put taunt up. I think he is. And we'll shock the shock right now. Nope, he didn't get the attention of the grappler, but... well, he's still out of range of it. Grappler's just going to pull the warriors, which is fine. Let's go ahead and cycle that shock. Cycle another taunt. Drop a med kit. And wait for it, guys. Kaboom! Just like that. Rad 1 goes down to Pound Town. So either way, I forgot the range of his taunt is 6 tiles, so that grappler was just out of his range. So it was pulling warriors, but I didn't care. I just didn't want him to pull Bullet. If he pulled Bullet, it would have pulled him out of the range, out of the dead zone of the shock launcher, then the shock launcher would have been an issue. Does that all make sense? But there you go, guys. Taking it to Pound Town. I want to wrap up this video right here. Keep it short so I don't run out of hard drive space and so I can get back to that Warships video, guys. So let me know in the comments below what you think of these tribes and if you're looking forward to the crab and whatever else. But keep your Warship comments for my next video, unless you just don't want to watch it. But anyway, I hope you guys have a super fantastic, awesome rest of your day. And as always, remember, be kind to others. Because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day.